Hi guys, welcome to another edition of Journey with Josh. I'm Josh. And we haven't been able to travel for the last, going on 7 months now. I guess some people were able to travel for the first 2 months of 2020, but 2020's kind of turned out to really be a bad year for people that like to travel. And one of the biggest things that I miss about travel is the food. And one of my favorite places to eat is, of course, Italy. So join me on this video on showing you how to make a basic red sauce for your Italian meals that you can use for a lot of different varieties of things. So thank you for joining me. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to the channel and click on the notification bell to be notified from my next video. Okay, so we're going to start this with something really basic. This is a basic red sauce. It's actually a recipe from Mario Batali. I think it is a good base for many of your Italian meals. It doesn't necessarily have to be for your spaghetti sauce or anything, but you can use it for other things, which is what I'm going to do. So it has basically 6 ingredients. You've got some whole peeled tomatoes. This right here is 2 28-ounce cans of whole peeled tomatoes. You've got a Spanish onion, garlic. You can't do anything without garlic. I've got me some carrots and thyme. And of course, olive oil. Can't do anything without olive oil. That's all the ingredients. So let me show you what to do. Okay, so first what we need to do is we need to take our carrots. The recipe calls for a half a medium carrot. I'm going to use 2 small carrots just because these are really small. We're going to take our grater and we're going to grate these carrots really small. Very fine. Now, one of the reasons that you're using carrots is because of 2 things. The first reason is that carrots have sugar in it, and instead of adding sugar to this, this right here helps cut down some of the acidity in the tomatoes that you're using. The other thing is that it helps to add some bulk to your sauce. So we're going to continue to grate these until we're done. Okay, so we are done shredding the carrot. I actually only used 1 of the carrots. It looks like it's going to be about maybe half a cup of shredded carrot. And as you can see, bring this a little bit closer, you can see the carrot is shredded really well. Okay, now that we've got our carrots grated, we are going to chop a Spanish onion into 1/4-inch pieces. By the way, if you see my apron here, I got this apron from a pen pal of mine that I met on a cruise in the Mediterranean right before I started nursing school. We met this lady. She was in her 80s, early 80s, only spoke French. And of course, they sat her down next to me. Don't really speak French. The cruise left out of Provence, France, and the way we got to know her really was because they didn't have any menus in French. And so we were trying to translate for her to try to help her order her meals. Needless to say, I told the maitre d' to make sure that she had a French menu the next night, and of course they did. But we have been pen pals ever since, and this was in 2014. So it's been a while. Lovely lady, really enjoyed meeting her, and at that time we weren't able to use our phones on the cruise ship, so we couldn't use Google Translate. Would have loved to have had that. And so through Google Translate, I actually correspond with her quite often. She can't cruise anymore. She's out of 𝗶𝗆, France, but she's such a lovely lady, and she sent me this cooking apron, which I thought was so cool. So we're going to chop the onion. Why was I doing that? This is a very sharp knife, so I have to be really careful. By the way, I have never made this before, so I am actually videoing probably some mistakes here. But I mean, it's got basic ingredients. There's not really a whole lot to do with it. So how hard can it be? Okay, so I've got half of that done. Do the other half. If you've seen Doug in the videos with me, Doug usually is the one who does cooking. Not that I can't cook, it's just that anytime I don't have time to do it, I actually enjoy cooking. I just don't like cleaning up the mess. I'm going to cut my fingers off. So it's fairly simple. The thing about it is you want to make sure that you have fresh ingredients. These are organic that we got from the store. And then the other thing too is, as I said before, you want to use high quality ingredients. We're going to be using some olive oil in this right here too. And these videos are actually sponsored by friends of mine who have a company called 𝗶𝗴𝗶𝗶𝗶𝗶. And they're basically a company that has a lot of different products that you can use for dips, sauces, and they also have a variety of really high quality olive oil. This right here is Navarino Icons Custom Navarino Extra Virgin Olive Oil. This right here is actually Greek olive oil. The better ones are going to be, of course, Greek and Italian. That's what they had, so that's what I'm going to be using for all of the dishes that I'm going to be making here. So I want to thank them for providing some of the products that I'm going to be using. And the other videos that I'm going to be doing, of course, they're going to be using some more of their products, and they're going to be kind of key ingredients to the flavor that you're going to get in this. Okay, so now that I've got my onions and my carrots chopped and shredded, we're going to do our garlic and start cooking. So I'm going to switch the camera around, that way you can see the stove and all that stuff. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to heat up our olive oil. So let me turn this on medium heat. The recipe also calls for some garlic. So we're going to do 4 cloves of garlic, and over the medium heat we're going to saute the garlic and the onions. So let me get the garlic. We're doing 4 cloves. Now, I despise cutting garlic. And that is why, if I can find it. That is why I have a garlic press, because you get garlic on you and it's just nasty. Don't like it. Love to eat it, but it's just nasty. Okay. So I'm going to get 4 cloves of garlic. Oh, why not 5? Told you I like to eat it. I'm going to do 4 cloves. Whoops. Not supposed to go in there. Okay. Here we go. And you just squish it. Let's make sure that I get all of it. Now I'm sure that all of my Italian friends, of which I have a few, specifically I've got one that lives in Bellagio and has a restaurant there. All of my Italian friends are going to probably be laughing at me a lot for this. Okay, so the garlic is in there. And let me put my garlic up. Okay. The next thing is we're going to put the onions in. And we are going to saute that. Now the recipe says to saute this for about 10 minutes. I really am trying to get a better picture. Here we go. Now again, this right here is a really easy recipe. This can be used in basically any Italian dish that you are making a red sauce for. Here we go. So we're going to let this cook, and while this is going to cook, I wanted to give another shout out. Again, I'm using the olive oil from Spoonabilities. You can get it from spoonabilities.com. Really good products. A lot of products that you'll only find there. And they have products from dips, sauces, condiments, things to make desserts even. So they have a lot of different stuff on there. Check them out, spoonabilities.com. I'll put the link down in the description there for you so that you can quickly get to that. Now we're going to cook this according to the recipe. It says cook it until it is golden. I'm not golden yet. Okay. While that's cooking, I'm going to open my can of tomatoes. So again, it's going to call for 2 28-ounce cans of whole peeled tomatoes. And what you're going to do is, whenever you add these, you are going to squish them. So you're going to get your hands dirty. We're getting there. There's just enough time to open the tomatoes. We should be getting really close to putting in the other ingredients. Now this recipe can be made ahead of time, and it can be stored in the refrigerator for up to a week, or in the freezer for about a month. I think it could probably stay there a little bit longer. That smells good. And yes, I am reading. So it's really simple. Once that's done, it says to add the thyme and carrot. So I'm going to add my carrots. But before we add the thyme, it's time for another drink. Okay, going to add my thyme. I can't imagine what this is going to smell like. Oh my goodness. That thyme just really, really envelops your senses. Okay, this right here says to cook it about 5 minutes. Okay. Can you see that? Can you see the goodness of that? Let's see if I can show you. That's what it looks like. So I think that we are ready to add the tomatoes. First I'm going to add the juice. And then I'm going to add the tomatoes. You see, this right here is what the tomatoes look like. Be careful because this will squirt all over you, especially if you're wearing white, because whenever you are wearing white, you always get something on it. It's the laws. It's just like if you're a nurse, you never say the Q word. That means it's quiet in here, because the laws of nursing state, when you say it's quiet in here, it stops being quiet. It gets kind of crazy. So I'm trying to do this easy, because I don't want to be wearing all of it. Almost done with the first can. Oops, that kind of went everywhere. The other reason why you want to use whole tomatoes as well is because if you use the chopped ones, they don't seem to cook down as well as the whole tomatoes. This is going all over the place. I told you I hate cleaning up. One thing I don't like about cooking is I hate cleaning up. It looks like Doug's gonna have his work cut out for him when I'm done. Okay, first can down. I'm gonna stir this a little bit. Oh God, it smells so good. Now you can also get creative with this, since this is a basic red sauce. I'm not getting creative with it. One of the things you could do is you could add some red wine to it. Thought about that, but since I'm going to be using this for a few different things, I didn't want to go too far with the original recipe. Because when I do the appetizer in the next video, I will be adding some red wine to this. Gosh, Doug's gonna have so much fun. There's a reason why I let him cook. It's on the stove, it's in the floor. But it's gonna taste good. Oops. Yes, I just stuck my hand in that hot water. Almost done with this. Y'all, I've made a mess. I've got tomatoes everywhere. Doug's gonna have a cow. No, really, you need to see this. You see that? All over the stove. All in the burner. So again, Doug's gonna kill me. And I'm just letting this simmer while I clean up my mess a little bit, because this is gonna simmer for a while. The recipe says that it has to simmer for about 30 minutes. Reason why he doesn't let me near the kitchen. God, can you imagine what it's going to be like for the next recipe? Hopefully I'll have his help, at the very least holding cameras and stuff. Okay. Y'all, when that back burner turns on, smoke's going to go everywhere. Okay, let's stir this. Now what you're going to be doing is you're going to be sauteing this, and you're going to cook it down to where it is the consistency of what they say oatmeal. Well, no, this might take more than 30 minutes. No, I'm not going to make you wait all that. Okay. That also calls for salt and pepper. It does not say how much. So I'm going to do about maybe a good teaspoon. Lord, I've got it on top of my pepper shaker. Okay. Lord, I got it on the side of my pepper shaker. Alright. Grind some pepper into it. Now, as I said before, this is a basic red sauce. You can use it to put over spaghetti if you want to. You can use it to make lasagna if you want to. As it is right now, you know, with it as soupy as it is, make a great sauce in general. Needs to cook a little bit of time, but it would still make a great sauce in general. But again, we're going to cook this until it is the consistency of oatmeal. Okay, y'all. While this cooks, I'm going to drink my glass of wine. Probably shouldn't have too much, otherwise the kitchen's going to look worse than what it already does. So I'm going to drink my glass of wine. I'm going to let this cook a little bit, and then I'm going to come back to this right here so you guys can see what the final product is. Okay. Again, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you want to see the next video. We'll see how it goes. Click on the notification bell to be notified when that next video comes up. And subscribe to the channel. You know, we all want subscribers. We all want to know we liked. So I'll be back in just a minute. Okay guys, it's been about 10 minutes. I have lowered the heat on the stove to probably about, what is it, medium, not medium, medium's 5, semi-medium, I don't know what that is. Medium, less than medium, whatever that is. To where it's just simmering. You can see all the goodness in this. Okay guys, 30 minutes is up. I want to stir this one more time. You can see how thick that it's gotten. Soupy. See how soupy it's gotten. And that's done. Again, I want to thank you for joining me on this video. Don't forget to click on the like button if you like it. Hopefully it made you laugh in these difficult times. Again, thank you for joining me. Click on the subscribe to the channel. Click on the notification bell to be notified for all the videos that come after this. And enjoy Italy a little bit, even if you can't go. Ciao.